Hey y'all, so I was talking to my cousin this morning because yesterday I was looking at a review and it was basically this white guy, and he was just on, I don't know what he was talking about, but it just seemed like he was on a rampage about Black Panther the movie. First of all, let me make it very clear that people of all backgrounds, Latino, whatever you are, a lot of people went to that particular movie and they really liked it. But I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna keep it very real, of why black people really like this movie. Number one, because it was in a positive light, and number two, them brothers look good. They look good. They look good, and the sisters did too. And I love the simple fact that they had dark-skinned women in there. Like, you never see roles for dark-skinned women unless they on some slave type stuff. So I love that, and I love how they portray the black woman, because that's exactly how we are. Y'all, when them women got to, when they got to using them sticks and start fighting, I was like, that's how we fight. Yeah, that's exactly how we fight. Look, I'm all in the movie like this. Me and my cousin in the house, like, and I'm like, ain't nobody mad but the devil. But I'm gonna tell you something. They made Slim look like a king. I mean, he played the king in the movie. But all them brothers look good. All of it. And all them sisters did too. And I loved it. I loved every bit of it. You saw strength. You saw unity. You saw pride. You saw people. You saw basically black folks. You see what I'm saying? And I'm 35 years old. I have never seen a black superhero put in a positive light like that. Now, Black Panther, if anyone know about the Black Panther, then you would know about the whole movement back in the 60s and the 70s. But they've been made this script, from my understanding, like back in the 70s. So it's just coming to the front line. Also, too, if y'all remember when the first Black Princess came out, what was it? The Princess and the Frog. I was so excited to see that. All my nieces and nephews, we went in there. My best friend had her little sister. We went in there deep. We had our little posse with us. Yes, with the backpacks and the chips and stuff. About to look at this movie called Princess and the Frog. And it was so big because that was the first black princess. When you've always seen Cinderella, when you've always seen Snow White, and when you finally see, okay, they got Princess and the Frog, and she's a black girl. Okay, bet, finally. So a lot of people tried to say that, you know, they've been had a black superhero like Blade. Blade was a dark movie, okay? And Wesley Snipes was pretty kind of old in that movie too. Also, you had Will Smith, but Will Smith played, I don't know who he was, but he was a jerk superhero. I mean, he was a drunk. He took that well and tossed it, you know what I'm saying? And it's like y'all, they try to portray like as if in order for it to be a black superhero, he got to have a white woman with him, or it got to be some white guy trying to teach him how to be a superhero. But this one was totally different. Oh, I forgot about that. But yeah, this one was totally different. But I really love the simple fact that them guys look good. I was like, look at them. Oh, shucks. You know what I'm saying? When he walked up in there with that swag, I said, oh, yeah. And it gave you a sense of pride. To everyone else, it's like, oh, you know, I don't understand why things are going to know. You ain't going to understand. When you grew up looking at Batman and Robin, when you've grown up, when you grew up looking at what's all of the other superheroes, you know what I'm saying? We see all of that all the time. The white guy, you know, Superman. I mean, we see it all the time. So to actually see a fine black man stronger than a mug, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody looking fly, from the grandmother to the mother to the sister, you gotta be like, oh yeah, you see what I'm saying? So this was way bigger than just the whole collection Is it Marvel or something like that? So I really liked it. At first I was like, this is too hype. Let me go and see what it's all about. But my cousin was like, I'm gonna tell you something right now, cuz after seeing that movie, you feel proud to be a black woman. They was all up in there with their braids, like, oh yeah, the people was up in there with the dashikis and stuff like that on. So, I mean, if you don't understand that, then you're just not going to understand it. You may say, well, the movie was really good, and I just thought the movie was just really great. Good, okay, I get it. But when you on the other end, where all they talk about is menace to society, drugs, killing, shooting, there's nothing great that can come out of your community. And when you finally see, that's what I'm talking about. I can relate to that. That's what I'm talking about. Strength at its best. And I think they did an awesome job with it. And I don't care what anybody say. I'm so happy they didn't slip none of that gay stuff up in there either. Because you know how they like to put black men on display with other men. So I was really happy about that. But the reason why black people love that movie so much is because this is the first black superhero that their kids can now go and get the little, what is it, the little toy of Black Panther. And they touched on a lot of stuff too that dealt with history, like slavery, like being raised in poverty, with no father, that got murdered. You see what I'm saying? And the whole Black Panther movement, they went ahead and took you back to the so-called the 70s or the 80s, around that era where drugs were being pumped in neighborhoods. So they actually touched on societal issues that has been going on. You know what I'm saying? But the simple fact that they did an awesome job. They did an awesome job. And I love when the lady told her man to put down his sword, and he was like, my love, you would kill me. She like, yeah. And he put it down. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It was, yes. So the women rocked it, the men rocked it, the entire cast did it. And I love, matter of fact, they said the person who directed it was very young, did an awesome job, you know. And a lot of people are upset about it. I think too, a lot of people are mad too that in there you had a lot of that, like when it came to the white man, it wasn't like, it was like, nah, you want a different turf here. It's none of that. You know what I'm saying? This is all about strength. So, you know, I'm sure some people was pretty pissed that, you know, Slim bought the white guy in the body bag like the way he did. You know what I mean? Like with no remorse. Like, so, you know, you got to understand where black people have come from, especially in America, and looked at in Africa. So to see that, to see the strength, to see the truth come out of how strong the black man is. And I know people were like, race ain't got nothing to do. I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that. God created us all, and all of us have different strengths and stuff. But honey, they was packing. And the women was rocking it too, bald headed and all, still looking fly, looking like divas. And I love every bit of it. And I'm not going to sit up here and be like, well, you know, no. You don't understand. You don't understand. Look, one of my co-worker, he ain't never seen the movie talk about his friend coming down the steps like this. And I have a co-worker, she a white girl, but she like, I'm like, that's right, we all up in there. And I'm like, a lot of people, they hating on it because it was just, it was positive. It was positive to see a black man play that role, because so many years have y'all put him, like one guy, I don't know who he was, he's supposed to be this big critic, but he tried to say black people always play roles. That's, you see, when you start making excuses like that, you know, don't get me wrong, we've played different roles here and there, but they never give it over. You see what I'm saying? It's always got to be this dominant race that kind of control the level of respect that this person is supposed to be given. And it's going to be great too to see a Spanish superhero as well, an Indian superhero as well. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there is strength there are strengths in people, but as a black woman that has always grew up to see superheroes as white men, this was a big deal. This was a huge big deal. Just like I've always grown up, I saw Cinderella, I saw Sleeping Beauty. We know the lineup when it comes to the princesses. You know, Beauty and the Beast. We know that. But to finally see Princess and the Frog, we see the black woman, and you know they had to make her independent, right? Having her own type of whatever, because that's, you know, they had to do all of that. And they made sure that she wasn't with a full-bred, just black man. But hey, each his own, because y'all know I married a white guy. So, you know, but either way, the movie was just really good. And I didn't really give y'all the full review of it the last time I looked at it. But these people were very intelligent, and Slim was fly. I mean, Slim had it, and the other guy, all of them was fly. You look like, God, ladies, men look good. Here go my cousin. I ain't even in the Africans, but I was like, da, 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 da. I said, you play too much. But anyway, the entire cast was really good. Some of y'all be like, but I'm going to tell you something. This is the first time I've been to a movie theater. First of all, I went in the hood. I didn't go to the huge AMCs where you got to pay $25 for some seats. I went to the hood in PG County to go see this daggone movie. And those tickets was only $5. I went on a Tuesday, and I knew everybody at work, so it's not going to be packed. That freaking theater was packed, and I knew that movie grossed a lot. I knew that movie did so good that people were like, this is my third time seeing it. I'm like, dang, it's like that. But they really went deep into it. They talked about a lot of issues. And even when he was like, Dad, you left him, to me that was symbolic too about slavery. Because it was like when he said, nah, I'd rather for you to kill me, because my ancestors knew that they would rather jump off the ship, and there was only one ship, and that was when they were slaves, chained, and they refused to go on bondage, so they just jumped off the ship, okay, in the ocean, and became bait for the sharks. You know what I'm saying? So that all of these things were real issues, just like the Captain America, you know, with the wars and stuff that went on. That background was real too. So I like how they did that. But Black Panther didn't just come from, oh, we're just gonna make a panther. It became, remember, in the 60s, the 70s, the whole Black Panther movement. So they basically entwined that with it and gave you a very good storyline with it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people said, well, they didn't appreciate the whole black on black thing too. But I guess this was the beginning of Fight for the Throne. And I can't wait to see the second one. I really hope they don't try to add any of that gay stuff all up in there, because you know how they like to do in these movies. But I love the simple fact that they showed this handsome black man and this beautiful black woman. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't light skinned. Not that it has anything to do with that. Well, no, it has a lot, because in the past there has been a huge stigma where they would not air or they would not show black women. And when you see the strength in these black women, you like, oh yeah, that's how we rock. Oh, that's us. You can relate all the way. Especially when they was fighting and all of that, and the way she stood up to her man, you can relate all the way. Yes, yes. When they start whipping out them sticks and start whooping tail, I was like, yeah, that's how we fight. That's exactly how we fight. Yeah. Some of us are grabs. Yeah, the movie was really good. So me and my cousin was talking about that. But I was looking at the review of this guy, and he was just like, you know, somebody had tweeted and was like, I guess I'm gonna wait to get my tickets because I don't want to outshine the Black Pride. And I'm like, what you had to do all that for? I mean, why you had to put your 2 cents in it? Somebody upset that some of these folks look a little bit too strong. No, they ain't look a little bit, they look strong. My sister was like, she's sitting next to my cousin, and she was just cheesing, and my sister was like, close your eyes, Lena, and she started laughing. But them brothers look good, and I gotta give props where props is due. They made sure this superhero, he had strength, he looked strong. And even the villain, his cousin, looked like, yeah, an American black guy. You know what I'm saying? So I like how they did those two things. But I ain't really like the Americans. Like, what's wrong with Americans? I'm an American, you know. But it was a really good movie. If you have not seen the Black Panther, I will go see it. And anyone who's trying to say race don't has anything to do with this, look, again, all I can say is this: you grew up, especially if you are white, you grew up with seeing white superheroes, and I grew up with you seeing straight white superheroes. I've never seen a black superhero in a positive light like I saw the movie Black Panther. That was kicking tail, and it didn't matter if you was black or white. You see what I'm saying? And I absolutely loved it, and I hope they push more things like that. So I like how my cousin was saying, now you can absolutely see black boys actually going out and getting these figurines of Black Panther because this look like my daddy, or look like somebody I can relate to. Now y'all have all, now it's not my fault that Hollywood always put a white face on everything. We know this. We saw with Nefertiti and all that other stuff. But the simple fact that you made this out, a lot of people that are not that don't have melanin in their skin, you may not understand, and some of y'all may understand totally, because you've never seen yourself a black hero. And so, you know, a lot of people say, well, they've been had the currency. Well, guess what? In 2018, they just came out with it. I'm 35 years old. When I went to that daggone $5 movie theater, there was senior citizens rolling in the buses to see this. You see what I'm saying? There was senior citizens that was waiting to see this. I'm like, what in the world? They act like this was like the Obama. It was, and they broke it. They did an excellent job, excellent job. And while that guy, I don't know who he was, hating on the side, sitting there, I just don't understand. So if a white guy goes there, I'm like, why you gotta make it all about you? Like, this ain't got nothing to do with you. This got to do with history. This got to do with a whole bunch of years of being brainwashed to make people believe that if you are black, you cannot be positive and strong. This ain't got nothing to do with you. This ain't got nothing. You see what I'm saying? Like, we starting to see movies like Hidden Figures, women that work for NASA that made it possible for these things to happen, black women, and we just finding out this in 2017. They don't teach you none of this in the history books. And you know, but you got a lot of people that's taking it real deep. You got a lot of people that's like, hello my family, this movie was just, you see them. But you got to look at these people that's talking, man. Look at their age, man. These people like in their 50s. They ain't never seen nothing like that before. Or in their 60s. In their 70s, like, what? What? They ain't never seen nothing like that. In movie theaters, you've always seen where it's like, you got to make the black man feel like he's this small. But in that movie, when they made the white guy turn around, turn his back while he was drinking the stuff in, you saw a dominance there that even black men was just like, wow, you know, finally, y'all really showing, like, yeah, you see what I'm saying? And all the stuff that we see with these different tribes that have like these huge what are those things? Them little circle things all up in their ears that we would be like, that look really fly in the movie too. The whole African style look very, very fly. You gonna see a lot of chicks walking around with some tribal braids now. They're like, oh, we going straight to the roots. Now we done went back to the 70s. I'm black and I'm proud. Hey, everybody got to step like, hey, hey. I said, shoot. I'm like, I could have took my piece off and wore afro up in there. But yeah, y'all, the movie was really good. Some of y'all may be like, it has nothing. No, it has everything to do with not just the character, but black people in a whole. And anyone else that wants to deny that, honey, you can sit over on the other end and act naive if you want to. But I will tell you this, them brothers look good. Them brothers look good. And the way he walked up in there with that swag, I said, oh yeah, oh yeah. Like, this thing right here was one of the best movies that I've seen in a long time. And I was like, man, what's all of this hype about? What is all of this hype? I thought it was going to be one way, but it wasn't. And even the other guy, you was like, man, here come his tip. But he was, when he came around like, hi, auntie, I'm like, yeah, that's an American right there. He didn't care. He just like, man, I'm taking over. You know, and that's exactly how some of these folks be carrying it. Like, I'm hungry. That's exactly, I can understand his position in his role. I could understand his position and his role in it. But the movie was excellent. It was really good. Some people are like, I don't see what the big idea was. I do. I do. What other black superheroes have we had? Spawn. But Spawn got burnt and you couldn't barely even see his face and pretty much forgot that the man was even black, okay? Like I said, what's his name? Blade, that was such a dark movie about zombies. You can't take your kids to go see nothing like that. Who was the other black hero? Let's think. I know I can name a lot of white superheroes and white villains. You know what I'm saying? We got Batman, Superman. We got Captain America. We got, what's the guy that be flying with them things, Rich Boy, whatever. We got him. We got the Hawk. Man, I could go for days and name you like some superheroes that are white men. You know what I'm saying? They played the roles very good with strength and everything. But to see a black man play a superhero, like, yeah. And oh yeah, Spider-Man, we can't forget about that. And at one point in time, they was going to do a black Spider-Man, but them white folks went to freak off like, you better not put any daggone black guy inside of Spider-Man's, what's his name? No, like, they went off about that. I said, dang, I would have liked to see it, but they was not having it. They wasn't having it. And in the last Star Wars, you had a black guy that was in it. I'm like, what? What's this all about? But to have Black Panther, y'all, they did a phenomenal job. He rocked that part. He did an excellent job. Excellent. And the other guy who gave that review talking about, I just don't understand what it's about. You'll never understand. You'll never get it, honey. When you spent the last 30 years always seeing one type of superhero that they have. One type of superhero who takes the wrong potion. Or even when you go to X-Men, you see what I'm saying? When you look at X-Men, you don't really see a lot. And I know this is a different, I don't know if it's Washington Comics or whatever they want to call it. But even when you look at them, you really don't see a black face on that. So when you finally see Black Panther and you see the strength and you see Slim even carry himself like a king, like, yeah. The dominance, the barbaricness, the strength, the man, M-A-N, man. And when you see that black woman, I'm talking about with the bald head, the big lips, hips, all of that, just natural. You gotta say, yeah, they did a good job with this. They did a really great job with this. So, I mean, some people may agree with me or don't, but I don't care what y'all say. I'm giving y'all the full 1-1, the realness of it. They did an excellent job on that movie. An excellent job. And I enjoyed it. And I hope they come with better movies, and I hope they don't mess it up by adding something nasty in it. Because you know how people like to do, okay, what we're going to do next is we're going to do this. Don't. I think that's the reason why. And oh my gosh. And then when you saw, it was so beautiful to see the man and the woman. The black man and the black woman. Like, it was just like, and when she was about to whoop his tail and that rhino licked her, like, hey mamas, like my cousin was like, he was like, hey mamas. I was like, oh. It was beautiful, y'all. It was a really, if you never see the movie, I would go and see the movie. This is basically my observation of it. Out of all the movies that I've ever seen, Black Panther was a really good movie. It was a great movie, and the guy, you really got comfortable with the characters. You could relate to the characters, and the main character, not only did he play the part, but he was fine too. So he wasn't no ugly person. You wouldn't like Hunchback of Notre Dame out this giant, like, you know. And Forrest Whitaker too. Sometimes he be getting on my nerves, but he did an awesome job too. I didn't even know he was in it. Angela Bassett, he killed my son. She did a good job too. You know what I'm saying? The sister was really, she was really funny and bubbly and young and smart. All of the guys, all of the kings from the different tribes, they were very, you could see strength in all of them, in a different style with all of them too. And I would definitely suggest for you to see it.